Every time an Al-Haji is from Mecca and they have finished staying in Medina, then they enter a car, and until the time it is, they should not enter into the car rushing and pushing other people. People should be patient and make sure that they are going gently, and everybody should join the queue, and nobody should enter the car in a rush, fighting and struggling, entering through the window and on top of the cars, and pushing women and pushing those people who are weak. This is not a sign of people following Allah. It is more of a shaitanic work than following the Allah's ethics. Whatever you are doing for Allah, you do it in order, with patience, and following the queue and doing whatever it's. And also along the road, you would arrive in a place where it's called Zul Hulayfa, and this place is the miqat where people from Medina used to take their own miqat. And anybody who does tamattu'i who comes from Medina and will definitely stop there and take his miqat. It is a place where an al-hajj takes his intention, and the word miqati is an Arabic word which means a time or a place. It's a sign of time or a place, and normally, which is the time of Hajj. You cannot do Hajj until it's time for Hajj, and these are months that are respected during the months of Shawwal, Zulqidah, and Zulhajj. And Zulhajj is the 10 days of it. And now we are talking of Miqat. The important thing we have to talk is, we have to say it has the following place. The first place is Zul Hulayfa, which we are talking of. A person who is coming from Medina would definitely is called Abaru Ali. And the second place is Juhufa, and it's also a town where it's near Rabi, but now this town is no more. And if we didn't follow through Medina, we could have taken our harama from Juhufa, because it's the miqati of people from Sham and people coming from Nigeria. This is where you definitely took your miqat. But definitely, if people are not going to Medina, what happened is that it is important when you are near Juhufa in the plane, you take your harma. But some people said you can come to Jeddah and take your haram. This is a difference between the ulama, and a person could choose. And the third place is Yalamlam. Today the place is called Asadiya. It is about 320 kilometers from Mecca, and this miqat is for people coming from Yemen. And the fourth one is Karunu Manazil, and it's called Seyru Kabil. It is 75 kilometers from Mecca, and it is for people coming from Najd and Ta'if, and people who are close to that area. And the fifth miqat is Zatu Irkin, and it is called now Ad-Dariba. And this place is a place where it's in the east of Mecca, and it's about 100 kilometers from Mecca. As you can see from this picture, it is showing you all the miqats, the 5 of them. And now, after leaving there, you come to how a person is going to perform the Hajj, because Hajj is divided into 3: Hajj Tamattu, Hajj Ifrad, and Hajj Qiran. These 3 types of Hajj are types of intention that an Al-Hajj is expected to do. The only one Hajj is the Ifrad Hajj, is the Hajj that you do only Hajj without doing any other obligatory. But Hajj and Umrah is what we call Qiran. And the Hajj that you do Hajj and you do Umrah and you rest, and subsequently you do Umrah, is what we call the Tamattu type of Hajj, and is the simplest, and which most of our Hajj Al-Hajj do it. This place is where the mosque of Muzdalifah is, and there is a place where a person takes bath and prepare himself and take his intention of performing Hajj. He does a nafila of 2 rak'ats after getting into Ihram. There is a lot of importance about how a person is supposed to enter the Ihram and how you do the 2 rak'ats after the Ihram. What is important is you should look at how the Ihram is being tied by men. You should, our audience should look at how the Harami is being tied, because it is not a usual thing for men, and it's very unusual for men to tie wrappers, so you should be very careful. This is how it is being tied. When you put it around you, then you carry the left hand and put the other one across. Then you put it round like this to your back. You open your legs as you are tying it, so that it gives you the ability to move, so that your leg doesn't tie. So this mouth should be out. Then you should join it behind you inside and tuck it. And then you should be folding the wrapper with your hand so that it sits down or stabilizes. As you can see, the front one will also be able to be rolled in your body. So however you walk, even if you jump and nothing would happen, the wrapper will not go down. Men should be very careful how they tie their ihram, because it's very important. And the topper one, you should put it like this around you. You shouldn't bring your hands or your arm outside, as you can see. So there is a time when you will also be asked to bring one of your arms out. But for now, it's not the time. So at this time, you should put all your hands inside. Now we should also teach our Hajjis the most important things about Hajj. Now we have left Medina and we are arranging coming to Mecca. And we have already entered into Haram for the performance of Umrah. The first thing we will do is we would mention some important lessons about the rules of Hajj. Hajj means is an intention, and in the Sharia it means an intention of traveling to Mecca and all the visitation of places to bring you closer to Allah, as it is confirmed from the teachings of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. While Umrah means visiting, but in Sharia it means visiting the house of Allah to worship Him or to perform a certain rite, and then to put down a responsibility or a burden that is assigned on every Muslim who Allah has given the permission. Then the obligatories of Hajj is like the obligatory, as Allah has said in His holy book. This is Surah Ali Imran, Ayah 97. Allah is saying that He has made it obligatory for people to perform Hajj and visit His house for a person who has the means and the ability. But whoever refuses, Allah is sufficient with what they want to do or whatever they intend to do. The Holy Prophet also mentioned in a hadith which is very popular, the hadith of Abdullah ibn Umar. He said Islam is built on 5 pillars, and the 5 pillars, Hajj is the 5th one mentioned inside the 5. And also there is a lot of hadiths that also are mentioning the importance of Hajj. Those that normally says any person who performs Hajj is becoming like a newborn baby. And Umrah, if you perform it, also what the ulamas are saying about Umrah is that most of the ulama said it's a sunnah which is obligatory. And there are other people who feel that it is an obligatory aspect, but they believe that there is a hadith of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that said Islam is to bear witness that there is no deity worship, to pray the 5 daily prayers, to give zakat, and to do Hajj, and also to do Umrah according to that hadith. This hadith also shows that it is an ibadah that is equivalent to Hajj. And Aisha also asked the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam about what a jihad of women is. He said Hajj and Umrah is what the jihad of women is all about, and a lot of ulamas have also talked on it. Now we are also going to talk about the rites of Hajj. The importance of Hajj is well known. We have already explained some of them, but we shall restrict ourselves to only 3 hadiths. And this hadith, one of them is that Hajj is one of the important deeds. And the Holy Prophet was asked, Ayyul amal afdal, which work is very important? He said, Adu fi sabilillah. Okay, that is the free or the important Hajj. The second is that the Holy Prophet said, Al-Hajjul Mabrur, there is no, for a person who does Hajj Mabrur, he doesn't have any reward but Al-Jannah. So the third also hadith, the Holy Prophet mentioned Hajj as part of jihad. And it's among the important things that shows the importance of Hajj, that it removes poverty, or it reduces the sharpness of poverty, because the hadith of Holy Prophet has mentioned that anybody who performs Hajj will always never face poverty. And the conditions of Hajj are also that is, you have to be a Muslim, and you have to be in your senses, and you have to be matured, and for 5th you have to be a free person, and the 5th one is the ability to perform it, as God has said.
الناس حج البيت من استطاع إليه سبيلا ومن كفر فإن الله غني عن العالمين. That
is, the ability must be there. And after that, there is an additional condition for a woman, that is, she needs a muharram, an escort who is a relative to her who cannot marry her. That is either her brother or her father or anyone that she can. But the Malikiya school of thought said she can move in a group of Muslims where they can accompany her. The next thing we are talking about is the intention. We have already seen how you put on your haram. So the intention of Hajj is also called Ihram. That is the intention of entering into the rites of Hajj or Umrah. And we mentioned that Hajj are classified into 3 types: Tamattu, Ifrad and Qiran. So we said most of our Hajj do Tamattu, which is you do Umrah and then you rest, Allahumma Umratan. That is, you said Labbaik Allahumma Umratan. That's the intention for a person who is going for Tamattu. When he does his bath at Zul Hulayfa, he should say this. And there is no offense if you go with children. You should also teach them how to do this intention as the elder people, because there is no difference between a small boy and a big person or an elderly person, except that a child, if he performs Hajj, he needs to re-perform it when he grows. The next thing we are going to discuss is also some of the rules of Umrah. So, but a person who is in Umrah, in Haram, should not do the following things. That is, he should not perform them, and there are a lot of them. One, that he should not cut his hair or remove even one little of his hair. Is not permitted for anybody who is in Ihram for Umrah or for Hajj to do. Because Al-Quran, Surah 2, verses 96, Allah has said,
وَأَتِمُّوا الْحَجَّ وَالْعُمْرَةَ لِلَّهِ فَإِنْ أُحْصِرْتُمْ فَمَا اسْتَيْسَرَ مِنَ الْهَدْيِ وَلَا تَحْلِقُوا رُءُوسَكُمْ حَتَّى يَبْلُغَ الْهَدْيُ مَحِلَّهُ فمن كان منكم مريضا أو به أذى من رأسه ففدية من صيام أو صدقة
Allah has said that you should not cut your hairs except your hadiyah has reached where you are supposed to sacrifice it. So if you cut your hair for any reason, then you don't have any, but you have to pay a fansa, because there is a hadith of Ka'ab ibn Hajar who said the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that maybe something might be implicating on you, maybe you have a sickness on your head or something. He said yes. So the Holy Prophet said, cut your hair and then fast for 3 days, or you feed miskins, 6 of the miskins, or you sacrifice a goat. A lot of ulamas have said that the hair on the body and the hair of the head is also the same, that anyone you remove when you are in haram, then you have to do this, you have to sacrifice. But there is no reason why the Holy Prophet said confirm, but the ulamas have agreed on this issue, and it's a strong reason. And the second thing is cutting your fingernails for the hands or for the legs. Although we don't have any confirmed reason that is showing that nobody should perform this, or it's haram for somebody to cut them, his hands, his nails from the leg or from the hands. But some ulama said the nail is like cutting the hair, like Ibn Qudama, who said in his book Al-Mughni that ulama have agreed that whoever is in haram should not cut his fingernails, whether the legs or the hand. But if his nail cuts or breaks and it could implicate him or wound him in his body, then there is no fault for him if he cuts it for that has broken, so that it doesn't painfully. Ibn Manzur also said a lot of ulamas have agreed on doing this. And the third one is putting perfume. Perfume is also not allowed for anybody who has already been in haram. But before entering haram, when you are in Muzdalifah, after taking bath, you can also put perfume, because it's part of the sunnah that you should put perfume in your clothes and ensure that is, because there is a hadith of Aisha which says that Aisha has rubbed perfume on the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam before he puts on his haram. But the perfume, apart from that, you are not supposed to put any perfume after entering into haram when you have already put your well. A villager asked the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, how do you see if a man put up his hiram, a person who puts up his hiram and then subsequently puts a cloth, and then the kabbah has perfume on it? Then the Holy Prophet said that the perfume that is in your cloth, you should wash it 3 times in your body, but you should not put any cloth that has za'afaran or perfume which is used to, you should not put any cloth that has been textiled. But this is the third thing, you should be very careful in putting clean clothes, and you should not put perfume after you have been in. So, but in case you have put perfume when you have forgotten or you have done anything, it is obligatory that you should go and remove that perfume from your body to the best of your ability. But the perfume that a person who has put before the harama, that one there is no problem, but anything after that is where you have problem. The next thing is hunting, and this hunting is the hunting on the land, not the one on the sea, because the Quran has mentioned in 6 verses 6, chapter 95, chapter 95, verse 95, Allah said,
أيها الذين آمنوا لا تقتلوا الصيد وأنتم حرم ومن قتله منكم متعمدا فجزاء مثل ما قتل من النعم يحكم به ذوى عدل منكم يحكم به ذوى عدل منكم هديا بالغ الكعبة أو كفارة طعام مساكين أو عدل ذلك صياما ليذوق وبال أمره عفى الله عما سلف ومن عاد فينتقم الله منه والله عزيز ذو انتقام.
O you who believe, do not kill anything for hunting while you are in haram, because Allah has further said,
إِلَّا لَكُمْ صَيْدُ الْبَحْرِ وَطَعَامُهُ مَتَاعًا لَكُمْ وَلِلسَّيَّارَةِ وَحُرِّمَ عَلَيْكُمْ صَيْدُ الْبَرِّ مَا دُمْتُمْ حُرُمًا وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ الَّذِي إِلَيْهِ تُحْشَرُونَ.
that is, it is permitted for you to hunt inside water for anything for your enjoyment and the people on traveling. It is also permitted for you to also hunt for anything on the sea. So it is not permitted for anybody to kill anything either by teaming or assisting anybody who is hunting, or render any assistance in killing any animal for hunting, even with indicating with your hand or giving him a weapon or anything like that. It is not permissible for anybody who is prepared for Hajj, who is in the Harama stage. As the hadith, the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that it is not permitted for joining hands in hunting for any person who is in the haram. But it is permissible for a person in the haram to fish or find anything inside water because of the ayah we have recited just recently. It has given the permission for people to find. The next thing is having intercourse. That is having a relation with somebody, with his wife or anything that will near you into it. Because in the Quran, Allah says,
الحج أشهر معلومات فمن فرض فيهن الحج فلا رفث ولا فسوق ولا جدال في الحج وما تفعلوا من خير يعلمه الله وتزودوا فإن خير الزاد التقوى واتقون يا أولي الألباب.
That whoever is in haram for during the months of Hajj, of the 3 months that we have mentioned, that is, everybody who has made Hajj obligatory on him should not do anything that will close you to any relation with a lady, and you should not fight and you should not argue. So this Hajj has prohibited having intercourse. For whatever we have mentioned that have been prohibited, there is none that spoil Hajj like the having intercourse with a woman. And having intercourse and anything that leads into having that intercourse, that is long discussion, romancing, or discussions, and all these things are prohibited. The next one is that you should not also marry or marry anybody. That is because of the hadith that says you shall not, whoever is in haram should not marry, or he should not give anybody in marriage. He should not marry and he should not give anybody in marriage. So, and he should not look for any marriage also. These are prohibited for a person who is performing Hajj. So therefore anybody in Harma should not do the khutbatul marriage. That is the khutbah of marriage. He should not do it except after he has finished the Hajj. That is when he would do that. And these are the important things that are generally to everybody. But there are things that are peculiar to male. That is the covering of the head. A male is not supposed to cover his head when he is in the haram, when he has put on his clothes for ihram, because the Holy Prophet said in a hadith that a person who is in harama should not put anything like turban or cap or any other thing that would cover his head. All the things that is, a male also should not put clothes that are sewn, because they are denied, like wearing a trouser and anything like that, or any clothes that are sewn should not be worn. But he can tie them if they are close, but he should not put them on as he puts them accordingly. And also for covering the head, you should not put anything on top of your head that will touch your hair, but anything above your hair, like the umbrella is permitted, so you can put it on. And for women in particular is the issue of niqab. That is the thing that they use to cover their face up to their nose, so it's not permissible. She should not cover that niqab, and she should not wear the socks of covering her hand and her feet. It's not permissible for any woman in harama. So what is the law for any person who has performed are prohibited? A person who performs any of these things that are denied or are prohibited, that person is not protected. One, he should either have done it forgetfully, or he does it unknowingly, or he is forced. So these are the three conditions. Or he is asleep and then he just happened to do. So in these three situations he is not penalized for anything, because the Quran also said,
ادعوهم لآبائهم هو أقسط عند الله فإن لم تعلموا آباءهم فإخوانكم في الدين ومواليكم وليس عليكم جناح فيما أخطأتم به ولكن ما تعمدت قلوبكم وكان الله غفورا رحيما.
So Allah said, no, we will not punish you except what you do it deliberately. But for whatever comes accidentally, and also in killing animals, you should do it deliberately. That is where you are going to be penalized. But if you don't do it, you have done it either forgetfully or forced, or either in a situation of. But if there is a reason, there is no reason, then you would definitely have to pay for fidya. In the Quran, Allah has said,
فإن أحصرتم فما استيسر من الهدي ولا تحلقوا رؤوسكم حتى يبلغ الهدي محله فمن كان منكم مريضا أو به أذى من رأسه ففدية من صيام أو صدقة أو نسك.
That is, whoever has a sickness or any problem on him, he should pay a fidya. That is, he should fast or give sadaqah, or he should slaughter an animal. So this gives the reason that a person could do fidya. And the hadith of Ka'b also that was mentioned earlier is also there. And the third one is that somebody should perform this deliberately without any reason. For this person, he has an offense and he have to pay for it. The fidya, there is the one that you will give fidya